But we're going to see if you haven't been tuning into Uni2, maybe you're coming back around. Silent Jack still on the phone on, and Bernkastel Masoma still running the Kuon now as his new character in Uni2. And I think it fits his playstyle quite a bit. So as soon as he made that decision, I think he made it like literally day one. I was like, oh yeah, this makes total sense. So.
I still remember watching the Masoma streams and being like, oh yeah, like this is definitely for him. Like, and it was like basically like the first impressions. And his first impressions were him labbing out Kuon combos. So this man has been here for a minute, and he's shown it off here. Real character mastery, despite him not being out for that long.
Oh, couldn't get the big punish on the flash kick, but takes a side switch position here and a throw.
Oh, there's gonna be a big combo here for Mr. Jack. Yes, it's like this relenting pressure, this unrelenting pressure from Jack, and of course from Bonon is just so tough to deal with no matter what type of competitor you are. As you see, using the force function to extend it, and a CS to extend it even more. How is Masoma gonna get opened up, or how is Silent gonna try and open up?
Oh, gets hit. Just got Celestial, but not even going to be able to convert it into meter. The aggression from Jack takes the first game. It's actually something I've been looking at from Jack. Phonon used to be kind of a grid giver-upper. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a better word for that, but I came up with it this weekend. And now Jack is getting so aggressive with the character that he actually gets grid wars more often than not.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take those approaches. Like you said, all these players, they were incredible in Uni1, right? Now coming Uni2. They're just showing that they are so susceptible to adaptation, and they're so good at being able to change their game plans to support new game mechanics.
Yeah, so, I mean, it definitely works because you get that increased meter gain. Phonon has the ability to force your offense time and time again because of that. We'll see how that plays out third round here.
I love that. The classic shield on the assault always puts in the work, allows for a big punish for Masoma. You already know it's going to be into the disc. What's the mix looking like? You can't even roll out of it. It is too tight.
Yeah, but Bernkastel wasn't able to confirm it. So wasn't able to get a lot of damage out of it, but gets a hit right afterwards. This is going to be good damage, but still going to need one more good touch in order to take this first game.
Yeah, I mean, the touch could come here. Tries to go over. Oh, putting himself in the corner is Masoma. Just going to go ahead, put the EX pinwheel on him, and close out game number one with a double perfect.
Understandable that as soon as he ran up, he was like, oh, okay, he's probably not going to do something meaty because he almost doesn't have the time, so he does a flash kick into super, almost guarantees him to take the turn, and then able to take the first game.
Yeah, I mean, impressive display from Mr. Bernkastel himself, but we are going to need to see something from Jack, and that's exactly what we need. Big Confirm is going to send Bernkastel all the way to the corner.
Yeah, the one issue with this character is that even though they have an invincible flash kick, it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
So in a lot of situations, it's not that useful. And if you play small, you can bait it out quite easily. But Bernkastel finds a hit regardless, able to turn the tides.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, that's the thing about Bernkastel. Like, he is just able to catch on to your adaptation and adapt even harder. It's like, come on, man. You cannot get any more high level than this. As he shows off with the confirm off of the full screen pillar. I don't think this is going to kill, or they might not even send the meter into it. Oh, wait, the smart steer into the CVO. What incredible routing from Bernkastel to send himself into set point.
Yeah, it's one of the little optimizations that I've been seeing from players getting really good at finding ways to fit CS into your combo so you get a little bit more meter.
I love it. I mean, that's the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of the routing now, it hasn't changed because the damage is so much higher in this game compared to, you know, Uniclear. You can get a lot more creative with those routes if you want to conserve the meter or if you want to save the grid and, you know, go for a reset. And as you're seeing it here from both of our players, you know, and it's just been making the difference here for Bernkastel.
Yeah, starting off this fourth round here, super strong as well. Oh. Nice chase down. Knew he was going to back up in that situation and finds a big hit here.
Getting the side switch here. You already know what it is. A little bit of the EX Recta sequence into the pressure. Look at that spacing from Jack. Oh, gets the drop though. Has to try and find another way to open him up.
Oh, not the right super in that situation. But still has an opportunity. Has cycle. Not going to be able to use it. Bernkastel able to take it to 0 over Jack. Yeah, he's shaking his head understandably, but wanted to do a little bit better, but still on the loser side, so not out of the competition just yet. In fact, also in KOF, which I had the pleasure of calling myself, was actually dropped down into losers in the same spots.
Wow.
And then ran it all the way back to win it. So definitely not out of it yet. Has the mental fortitude to make these comebacks. And we'll probably see him in a little bit from now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. Is like, that's the best part about starting off in the winner's side, is even if you're like, you know what, maybe I tuckered out in the first round, you know, I'm still getting my nerves right, I'm still getting accustomed to this environment, because in reality, let's be serious, it's a bigger stage. You see the crowd out there, shout out to all of them. But once you get acclimated to that environment, you have another shot to go right back at it in the loser side of the bracket. Speaking of the losers, though, we're going to get things kicked off right here.
Yeah, we're going to see this one. Next up, we have Killer Kitty. Oh, sorry, GreyFaiden versus Poob, actually.
Yeah,
sorry, so we got Enkidu versus Wagner, a pretty swingy matchup, if I do say so myself. But see how this one plays out. GreyFaiden, I love the way that they play.
Yeah.
I got to watch them through top 48. Somebody who likes to actually go for IW time and time again instead of going for pillar supers and putting the dot up. And that's because after Wagner's IW, you get to get both buffs afterwards because the knockdown is so long afterward. So usually saves for 200, going to IW, getting huge damage like Wagner normally does, and then getting double buffs and continuing their pressure.
I feel like Wagner's ability to not only gain but also utilize meter is one of the things that definitely keeps them in this current meta, right? Like, it feels like whenever you're playing against a Wagner, they always have the 100 to do the pillar and cash out on the buffs. Or they have the 100, or they have the 200, excuse me, that allows them to go into that IW, get the buffs back, and it's like, all right, what do I do when they have all of this utility? And, you know, it's just something that propels them into the current meta in Uni2.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying here, is that usually Wagner has a lot of utility with 100 meter. Her supers do a lot for her kit, but when you're giving that up in order to get these better setups later on, it's because GreyFaiden has a style that's working for them. Huge damage, great setups, trying to almost two-touch their opponent as we get into this one, Poob versus GreyFaiden.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Poob is definitely 6FF's strongest soldier, so it's going to be a joy to watch. That man loves him some 6FF, as we see there. Gonna convert it into some pretty big damage. Cycle still going in the favor of GreyFaiden, but a great start for Poob.
Yeah, you're going to see Wake Up CS there, sees the red miss of death, and DP's out of there. Cross under, and gets a combo. Going to push Poob towards the corner.
I like this. They're slowly fighting for that corner supremacy. Uni, a very neutral-based game, and the conversion. Like you said, are we going to fulfill the prophecy and see the IW here? I wouldn't doubt it. Might try to kill with 100 here, but it's just going to go right into it, not even going to leave a doubt in their mind. Just going to go ahead and kill and go ahead and pick up this first blood.
Yeah, it doesn't fit CS into their combo. Doesn't want to mess with it. It is something you have to lab, by the way. Just CSing and thinking that you can continue your combo, it's not that easy. So if you don't have that ready, keep it simple for the tournament and just do your combo.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, it's top 8. You don't have room to make mistakes anymore. The players that are in this current stage of the competition are so great, and they're so incredible at punishing you for making those tiny errors.
Poob in a great position right now.
Oh,
Cycle about up. Yeah, didn't think he was going to win the cycle.
Is.
So just CS into 6FF. Has 200 meter.
There we go. So yep, he's going to go there into the 6-6C. And now, look at Poob's positioning right now. In every sense of the word, this man is winning. He's winning the, well, not winning the grid war anymore. We're after getting hit there. But winning the meter war. He is winning the health war. But he's not going to win on that veil-off attempt. GreyFaiden is going to sniff it out with ease and pick it up for some huge damage.
Yeah, not actually going for the IW just yet there. Going to spend the IW on Poop's side because when it turns into a projectile, it is plus.
Uh-oh. There it is again.
Wasn't able to combo into it.
Six
Gets a hit!
Oh, no! This definitely spells death. Listen, you were talking about how this man GreyFaiden knows what they're doing with the IW. You already knew they were going to pick that up and close out the first game with it.
Yeah, great stuff. Actually saved the meter the entire time. You'd see other players, even other top players, at that point just use it to force their aggression. That time, GreyFaiden saving the IW the entire time to make sure that any hit would convert into the first game.
There we go. It's like we've seen this route time and time again. We already have the corner situation for Poob. I feel like we haven't really seen them on the front foot for the majority of this set, but this could present a completely different opportunity.
Yeah, pressure continuing here. Great shield. Gonna turn the tides of the grid war.
Oh, there it is again. That's 6FF. We might need to get a counter started because this is getting ridiculous.
Celestial. Up for GreyFaiden now. scary situation. This character already does damage, but going to turn it into meter immediately.
I love that the Celestial just instantly gives you back 200. Like, it's a really great addition, and then you can choose to essentially cash it out whenever you want to get the threat of that IW up immediately. Really good play here from GreyFaiden.
Yes. Oh, answers with the EX dive kick.
Oh, yeah, we already know it's going to be big damage if you don't drop it, and now GreyFaiden is going to get an opportunity, and those are some scary words, especially with how they've been playing this set.
Yes, throws him out of it. Great stuff. Poob actually doing really well. There's a couple of times where GreyFaiden got CS and should be taking advantage of that situation, but Poob comes out on top.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Poob finally putting a round up on the board now. All of their play around 6FF is going to open up other opportunities in order for you to utilize that threat to get some other parts of the offense going. And I'm really curious to see how he chooses to do that if GreyFaiden doesn't stop absolutely cooking on offense right now.
Wow, just backdashes out of that situation. Didn't expect to do anything or be able to do anything to Poob. Mid-cycle again. That is the one thing about 6FF. As strong as it is, if you're not getting the hits, you are giving up the grid war.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that grid penalty is something that I feel like Poob is used to losing. Like, that man has been very deprived in the grid department, it feels like, this entire set. And realistically, that's one of the things that is giving GreyFaiden the edge, along with their ability to actually use that cycle when it comes to them.
Gonna be able to get a big hit here. Gonna win cycle because of the length of the combo as well. Going into IW. This is what I was talking about. Lands in a great position. Single buff this time. Trying to take in creep plus frames. And a great read on the veil off. Ties up the round count. And GreyFaiden on set point.
I love it. When you heard that VO, you could also hear DFW popping off. They are here for their champion right now, trying to hold it down for Dallas. But Poob has some plans of his own. He is not going down without a fight. I just know it.
Oh, that's something that Poob's actually done quite a bit. If he sees 6FF hit somebody out of the air, he'll actually cancel into parry almost immediately, making sure that the opponent can't get any retaliation.
I definitely see the vision there, you know, just making sure that you are good to go, but that VO once again is going to get baited. You are not able to get these off at all against GreyFaiden, and you already know what we're going into. Give me that IW once again.
Yeah, it's going to win GreyFaiden the cycle as well. Double buffs this time, and we go with the classic, the JACS.
El Clasico. Listen, that's been the mix since I was a wee boy, and it is still getting its mileage as GreyFaiden uses it to spur this 2-0 victory over Poob in losers round 1 of this beautiful top 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does mean Poob exits the tournament at 7th place. But remember what I said at the beginning of the broadcast today. This is a stacked tournament. It is so hard to even get a single win once you get to this point in this tournament. GreyFaiden looking really, really good here and moving on through the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, when you look at just the absolutely, like, monumental status that some of these names provide, GreyFaiden almost looks like a dark horse, but they're showing that they can hang with the big dogs. All of those fundamentals are really sound. And like you said, they found a style that works for them, and damn is that style effective.
Yeah, I really like it. It's one of the things I've been looking forward to when I've been watching all of the Uni2 players play their character. How do they decide to spend their meter? I mean, we can talk about there's other really strong Wagner players who actually use their meter entirely differently. There's no wrong or right answer. It's definitely just your style, and I think that's what's done in Uni2. Uni2, with the meter increase, yes, it's made the game a little bit more explosive, but also it's given a lot of players more player expression because it gives them the opportunity to use these utility supers in various different ways.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's the best part, right? Is like, you get so much more, as you said, you get way more player expression. Like, before, when you were playing clear, there was a very defined way that your character wanted to use meter.
Yeah,
right?
I would say
like,
so too.
It's like, for instance, for Yakuya, you always wanted to have 100, then you want to have basically only 100, because by then you would have hit him, put him in the cocoon, put webs on him, right? But now, as you saw with BigBlack earlier on, we saw a lot more usage of that IW to just cash out on some big damage, get some other setups going. And I'm curious to see how these players coming up are going to utilize that new expression as well.
Not Smiles, but Mr. Smile himself, PapaPesto, up on the screen here. Love the energy that he brings to the community. Lose, win, he's just happy to be playing this game, and you got to love a guy like that. Not only because he is so just wonderful to be around, but an incredibly strong player.
So good. I mean, I used his Carmine Vaz to study back when he was messing around with that in Uni2. I mean, that's the character that I rock with. Seeing him on the Aurier now, listen, whatever works for my GOAT, I'm gonna let him rock with it. And as you can see, he's off to a hot start, so I don't think anyone's gonna call this pick into question.
No, I think a big deal in Uni specifically is to play a character that fits your play style, right?
Exactly.
The range of strength between the characters is much smaller than it used to be in the previous versions of the game, so just pick what works for you. I'm sure you can make it work. You're seeing PapaPesto making it work on the Aurier, already getting to the top 8. See if he can get a little bit farther.
Yeah, it's like Bud getting opened up by that overhead. Always so deceptive. Killer Kitty, as you said, the Blaze Blue champion, is going to try to get even more hardware here in Under Night side of things.
Has an opportunity for sure, but gets another big opening here. PapaPesto with the 200. Scary thing, especially when you have CS. Aurier IW leading to even a combo afterwards.
We see PapaPesto as finally making use of that grid cycle, but elects to spend all of it on the guard thrust. Honestly, I'd consider that a good use of resources.
Yeah, guard thruster is a really interesting thing to use in this version of the game because it uses meter and doesn't grid break you anymore. Yeah, and we're going to go with the Apocalypse,
the
Rays of Destruction.
Yeah, I mean, using it on meter, I am curious to see what the rationale is. Maybe wants to push Killer Kitty all the way to the corner, but showing you don't even need the guard thrust for it. We could just use a good old-fashioned combo, baby.
Yeah, that new Thanatos super so good for Aurier's game, giving them great plus frames for Oki at the end of their combos, but PapaPesto with great control of the screen in front of him gets another hit and has cycle as well. Killer Kitty jumps out, says a CS, and spends super immediately.
I love that, assessing the situation and catches Killer Kitty trying to do something. And whatever that something was is lose, because now we are sitting here tied up 1 round apiece in this first game.
Oh, got the punish, but didn't believe in it, but going to be able to find a hit afterwards. See what they want to spend, especially having 200. Yeah, just going to go for the big Thanatos super, IW, or Steer Ender, sorry.
Yeah, there we go. We are
empty low.
Oh, tons of empty lows saying, please anti-air me, I dare you. And finally getting a reward for such a daring performance. This is going to be big damage into the Hulk smash. And now we are looking at a huge life advantage for PapaPesto.
Great reaction to the situation. Tried to take plus frames from the laser, but had CS, scouted the situation, and then got the punish afterwards. But Killer Kitty, one more opportunity to try to take this round.
Oh, good tag from Killer Kitty. He said one more opportunity, and the thrust is going to rip that right away from you. 1-0 for PapaPesto on this Aurier.
Yeah, tough situation, especially considering Pepso had almost 200 meter, so a lot of ways to force their offense. Killer Kitty, though, getting hit once again, putting themselves towards a corner. Shield. Oh, a little bit of delay. Gets that hit, but not a combo. And a grid break.
That would have been big damage, but you know what? We'll take a grid break for our troubles here for PapaPesto. Killer Kitty has a huge mountain to climb. The cycle is almost undoubtedly going to get lost, especially with that confirmed from PapaPesto.
Yeah, the fadeaway Thanatos always so hard to deal with.
Man, it's like, oh, and even harder to deal with is whipping that DP, as PapaPesto is going to sit here with 1 more round to take it in advance.
Nice dash up from Killer Kitty, trying to get aggressive here. Combo off this? No, maybe a little bit too far.
Oh my God, the anti-air from PapaPesto, and the drop is going to lead to a grid break for Killer Kitty, and they are going to get what I would consider their first real chance of this game. Push them to the corner. This is big damage, and put the space lasers on him for the one time. Let's get it.
Running a great Oki with that super that she got in Uni2, but PapaPesto navigates it perfectly and even side switches after that situation past 200 meters. See how he's going to spend it. Yeah, just going to go for the 100 meter because it's going to give him this great knockdown.
One more setup here for PapaPesto to advance. Killer Kitty has more than enough opportunity to try to run this back, but they're going to need a good read forward, just like that one, but the drop!
Oh, not quite. That could have been it, especially with 200 meter, but PapaPesto gets one more chance to close out this set, and is going to do so with the thrust. PapaPesto able to take it over Killer Kitty, 2-0.
And what a poetic way to end it than with the A thrust. I'm telling you, man, that move has been terrorizing people since like Eunice, and it's making its appearance here in Texas Showdown 2024. Ending off the set, having PapaPesto advance on into the loser side of the bracket.
Yeah, so again, 7th place finish for Killer Kitty, still a double top 8.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there might be more top 8s even. I didn't actually check every single game, but the fact that you're still getting a champion from another game in here, doing a great showing in a stacked bracket, for a different game is still super duper cool. So great showing from Killer Kitty here, showing off the Batista, but PapaPesto going to be moving on.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, 2 medals and a trophy is definitely nothing to scoff at, man. That's a good amount of hardware for a weekend, so good work to him. But PapaPesto on the loser side of the bracket definitely has his work cut out for him. Honestly, if I'm sitting on the loser side and I see the 4 players that are sitting on the winner side, I'm like, can none of them lose? Like, I don't want to sit here and play the loser of whoever's going to be down here.
Yeah, that top side of that winner side looks so tough. So it's like you don't want any of them to drop down, but it's going to have to be somebody, and this guy is going to be Salty. It's going to be versus a GreyFaiden. So a slugger of a match coming up for you guys in just a moment. Man, it could be quite tough in some cases for Salty if he can't get his matchup start or he can't get his game started. He's kind of that kind of player I was mentioning before in the set and winners finals, likes to get aggression started by using stuff like Jump 6C, using stuff to force his aggression with like Bitatsu into fireballs. And GreyFaiden, on the other hand, doesn't actually like to force their aggression with meter, actually likes to save it for their IW, get that huge damage off of it, and then get into their double buffs.
I really like the way that GreyFaiden approaches the character. Like, we usually see Wagner as more of probably the closest semblance to Street Fighter that we've got in the game outside of like Akatsuki. But the way that GreyFaiden ends up structuring the usage of meter makes Wagner look a lot more like a one-chance character, right?
Right.
You get him into that one touch, you put big damage on him, get those buffs back, and at that point, it's only one more read to close out rounds. And as we can see, this style has been oh so effective for GreyFaiden.
Yeah, it's a really cool way. I think Wagner's always had this like different playstyle depending on how people want to feel out the character. In Claire, she was really cool, and maybe people will disagree with me on this, but like she was really cool because she was one of the best characters at implementing strip from in her kit, right? So she like wanted to veil off and wanted to commit everything for the win here. And this is kind of similar to that, but in a sense, it's a little bit safer and a little bit more sound. So now we get into this one, Salty versus GreyFaiden, trying to move on in the top 4.
Yep, we've seen this stagger pressure time and time again, especially if you're from Texas. You know it. You love it. You've been hit by it. This man is pressing 2A for his life, just trying to get GreyFaiden to crack it. Inevitably, he does. We are going to get the first chance here from Salty as we kick off this losers quarterfinals.
Salty notably says, I never rebeat. And you see it right there, just keeping it karate style. 2As, 5As, trying to find the opening with stagger pressure, but GreyFaiden able to bounce back.
I'm a big fan of like brown belt Testakatsuki. This is a great thing, you know. But, you know, as you can see, the style is working just fine. Gets the conversion off of the EX fireballs and a great side switch. Gonna reset and gonna take the first round.
Yeah, I wonder if he meant that or he accidentally pressed the wrong button, because you don't usually see that in that situation. But EX Fireball to pick up the combo after the Bitatsu.
I mean, that's what makes a top player, right? Is even if something goes awry, you've got to be able to adapt. You've got to be able to pounce on that opportunity and react. And Salty with the young man reactions is really showing that off. But GreyFaiden is going to get a chance here. Going to try to push Salty all the way to the corner and spend the IW for the big damage, the big buffs, and only wants to apply the shield this time.
Yeah, only gets the shield. Even before, when they went for single buff, they only went for sword instead, so even mixing that up.
I'm wondering what the difference maker is for the type of buff that they try and go for. Like, is it a tool?
Specific.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it like the tools that each character brings to the table?
Yeah, I can see that shield buff maybe a little bit more important in a matchup where fireballs get chucked a lot, so you can truck through it, right?
Yes, you can do the shield charge, yep. Finally getting that meter. It's like, you know, most Wagner players might have had the meter there in that situation, you know?
Yeah.
Like you said, they aren't actually spending that IW with the same liberty that GreyFaiden is. And you're starting to see where the playstyles can start to differ when it comes to each character's matchup spread.
Pulse frames.
Uh-oh. Yep.
Overhead.
No rebeating allowed, but that karate chop sure is going to be. Bitatsu, what's the setup here?
Oh, backing up afterwards was slightly negative in that situation. Gotta shield that in order to make sure you can take your turn.
Oh, yeah. No conversion. And Salty's going to pounce on that opportunity. Has GreyFaiden in the corner. And what a mash into the throw by GreyFaiden.
Oh, didn't need to shield in that situation. He already had the grid lead and was about to win it. But at the last second, GreyFaiden gets that grid break.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's just such a tragic misplay at this stage in the tournament. Like, Salty really needs to clean this up, and he wants to try and make the run that we all know that he can.
Yeah, dash up throw. Trying to space out with dash. C gets a hit afterwards. and still, even outside of that, cleans up the round. Salty set point.
We've got one more opportunity for GreyFaiden to try to take things back, but the impressive offense from Salty seems like just too much. The whip punish could present yet another opportunity for GreyFaiden. I feel like we've had him in these situations before, but they haven't quite been able to close them out. Salty has just found his way out like Houdini, just as on cue as if he read the script, is now going to throw GreyFaiden right into the corner of the smarts here and get his own offense started.
Yeah, keeps the pressure going here. GreyFaiden, I believe, looks like they're waiting for the cycle to turn up, but actually loses it to the throw. Salty, a little bit of the delay into a 2A.
This is going to kill for sure, unless Salty gets an uncharacteristic drop. Gonna go. He does the CS on muscle memory. I love it. Yeah. Not 200 bar, but you know what? That's going to close out the round, close out the game, and of course, close out the set as Salty avenges his winner side loss and advances to loser semis of the bracket.
Yeah, great stuff. Pretty handed on favor of Salty's side. Not letting GreyFaiden get started almost, I think, more than once, right?
Yeah.
And just really showing you how that character is being played in this version of the game. It's why I said it at the beginning of the set. I was like, this is the guy I'm looking forward to in terms of learning how to play Akatsuki in this version of the game. I think that type of aggression can be so demoralizing when you're playing against. It feels like you can never get your turn.
Oh yeah, it's like, I mean, especially like you said, with the fact that he's not rebeating, you're always expecting it, especially if you've represented that option earlier on. So just being like, all right, he just keeps on pressing 2A in my face. What am I gonna do? Most players don't have the answer for that, even if they study the VODs, and it shows because look, he's already able to advance on to a guaranteed 4th place.
Yeah, so you can kind of seem weird. It's like, why won't he rebeat? Well, I mean, it's a stylistic choice, but on top of that, what it really does for the opponent is that it makes him afraid of all of the stagger pressure that he can do. So it never feels like you're like, oh, I'm just going to wait for the moment where he pushes himself out into that range where he's slightly negative, and then I'm going to press my long-range button that should beat all of his options. That almost never happens, especially considering that if he decides to go for longer strings and push himself out, it usually cancels into a special, usually cancels into like either Bitatsu and EX Fireball or just charge Fireball from a safe space out, and it makes it really difficult to make those decisions on the fly in the heat of the moment and try to take your turn back. But enough of Salty moving on through the bracket. Hopefully we get to see him again in action. This one's going to come up for you guys. PapaPesto versus Jack.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Jack he's sitting there on winner's side of the bracket. I gotta say, getting to winner's semis of this bracket is definitely something that you should be looking out for, regardless of how your first match goes. So PapaPesto, you already know, has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, already built so much meter. So this next situation, gonna use actually a bit of that on the EXDP to get this really nice knockdown.
I kind of like it. You get the knockdown, you extend that health lead even more, which is already so impressive. And look at it. Now, because they spent that meter earlier on, it's only a one-touch situation. So if they finish this combo, which we know they will, then they're going to close out this round with a perfect to boot.
I'm telling you, the aggression that he's been playing with Phonon, it's making the character... It's kind of scaring people almost, because it's like we're not used to someone playing this aggressive with the character, but it actually does so much for Phonon's gameplay. Gets the throw.
Now that's funnily enough, but that didn't even punish. So it's like, you know, wasn't able to get that timing down just right. But oh no, drops a C thrust, and now Jack is gonna get yet another chance to get something started. Here we go. Yep, big combo here. I love the routing to 660. It looks so funny every time.
Yeah, actually still able to win the cycle even though they used FF in their combo. So great win for them. Wasn't able to pick up that combo.
Oh no, the thrust.
Yeah, great thrust. Gonna get rid of the cycle on the side of Jack. Gonna turn it around and put PapaPesto in a great position here.
Yeah, maybe trying to bait out some sort of option there, using the air stall with Thanatos. And now it's only gonna be one more touch here. The frame trap with Thanatos coming through once again. 6th man of the year. He's going to tie up the round count.
Oh, great round start. Gonna have 200 meter. The way that Jack spends meter in these situations, whether he uses it as combo enders or as setups, has been really interesting. So he pushes out into these areas, and then you're afraid of BDP into install, so it doesn't make you want to press anything, and he does it right there.
Oh, there we go. Here comes Jack once again. Look at him. He's setting himself up for success here. Has plenty of meter, has the cycle, has a great health advantage. Might even be able to get it back, not quite. Goes into the smart steer, and it's only going to be one more touch to try and close out this game for Jack.
Oh, tried to actually double FF in his combo to spend as much time as possible in it to get meter, hopefully trying to get IW meter to end it, and actually didn't get it.
Honestly, though, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, and we're making lemonade out of the fact that he doesn't even need it to kill. The throw is going to be more than enough, and now PapaPesto finds himself on the back foot as Jack is going to try to move on in this bracket. Only one more game to go.
Space out with Thanatos. PapaPesto already getting a little bit more aggressive than the previous game.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, PapaPesto being like, all right, you know what? I got to fight fire with fire. Really good catch there. And he needs to get the conversion. Great jump from Jack.
Oh, a little bit too far for FF, but yep, BDPCS. He's been sniping really well with that. But comboing, oh no, drops the combo to make sure he wins cycle moving forward, but gets hit.
It's like you won the cycle, but at what cost now? Because not only are you going to take all this damage, but it is almost a guarantee that PapaPesto is going to win it now this time.
Checked the roll, but didn't get the full combo. And once again, making a great read. PapaPesto finding another hit.
Here we go. Gonna go into, as you said, with the smart steer, has the 200-meter. It's so scary. Didn't need enough to spend it. Just gonna close out the round. And now PapaPesto has 200 sticks of butter to go ahead and try to close out this game.
Actually tried to do the same thing that Jack did. He tried to do a double IW combo, trying to extend it for as long as possible during the CS, hoping to get enough money for IW, and then was still short. But ended up being an investment. Gets it to this third game here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even though you weren't able to get that there, all you needed was one right read, and now, look at it. Huge meter economy coming out here for PapaPesto as they try to tie up the set. The CS isn't going to get much accomplished, but that empty jump low sure is, as the grid is broken on Jack's side.
Yeah, gonna spend it on the IW. Huge damage here. Almost gets the kill, but it does give you a great setup afterwards, and PapaPesto able to turn it around. It looked like all Jack, even in the first round there, but PapaPesto turns the momentum around.
Congratulations to these two for our first non-sweep of the top 8.
That's true.
We've gone 2-0 every single time, but we are going into our first Game 3 situation, showing how evenly matched these players are as Jack takes advantage of that shield on the jump in. It is going to lead to big damage and a great knockdown.
Yeah, good situation B here, especially with CS. Going to go with Fireball CS, try to get a setup there.
I really like that block there from PapaPesto. They're trying to find any sort of way out of here.
Pulse frames. CS tries to find an opening but couldn't see it.
Oh no, it's going to get clipped. Might not be enough to kill here. Uni is a killing game nowadays, and I am honestly unsure what damage going on to looking at in here, but yeah, he wants to go for one more setup. It's going to allow PapaPesto to mash.
Yeah, gets a hit, and he gets out of the corner, so big win there, but had to give up cycle for it.
Oh my god. Electing to go for that route is really biting Jack in the butt here. Not going to quite be able to kill, but he's going to have this knockdown. Look at, here comes Thanatos. One more read is needed for Jack to try and secure this round. And the thrust is going to get neutralized by the geyser. And now Jack is on set point.
That was so smart. He knew that PapaPesto had CS. So after the throw attack, he was like, oh, he's going to think it's his turn. CS did something, saw the red miss. CS tried to punish it, and then super flash and got the kill.
Oh, man. It's like just such good awareness from both of these players. Like I said, we are neck and neck right now, regardless of what this set says. If we go to the last game of the last round, I wouldn't even be surprised, because look at just the levels that they have to go through just to even attempt to take rounds in this side of the bracket.
Oh, finds the snipe of his own in the air with the super. Jack finds a hit here. Got to worry about the cycle on the side of PapaPesto. I like CS on wake up. Rolls forward, but doesn't roll far forward enough to get to the other side. Doesn't complete the combo, but still in a great position here. Wins cycle again, but not before getting hit. And Jack is able to take it 2-1 over PapaPesto.
Jack is going to advance into our losers semis, and with that, our top 4 is set.
Yep.
We are now sitting, we have our winners finals decided, we have our losers semis decided, and it is going to be to see who is going to take home this fabulous, let's hold this up to the camera, this fabulous trophy for the Uni2 champion. Now, with what we've seen so far, we've gotten through half of the sets so far. Who are you looking at to take this whole thing right now?
Really, I think that going past BigBlack right now is going to be the toughest.
Yes.
The toughest competition right now. Both Bernkastel and BigBlack look really, really strong right now, don't get me wrong, but BigBlack has consistently been such an incredible player in the United States scene, in North America in general, I should say, and I think that you really do believe in him to take it all the way But, you know, anything can happen at this point. The players that are left in this bracket here are all so strong. Actually, your top 4 is actually, like, all still left into it. Sorry, I should say your top 8 on the winner's side is all still left into the bracket.
Yep.
But thank you guys so much for joining us. We do have to toss it over, or at least I would like you guys to go over to the Texas Showdown live stream where we will be doing. Oh, not yet? My bad. Well, we're just going to keep talking for a bit.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, we're just going to head on over to a quick break. Like I said, after we go over to this break, we are going to be slowly creeping in and inevitably crowning our Texas Showdown 2024 Uni champion. I know I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
Sammy,
looking forward to it.
I'm hoping you're excited as well.
Yeah.
And I hope that you're excited watching at home. We'll catch you in a little bit.
Summetsu's latest and greatest screw-in buttons, speedy inputs, hot swappable MX switches, and a variety of hues to complement your latest controller build. These products are available online and at the pop-up store at TXS24. Don't forget to use the TXS2024 discount code to save big at checkout. The go-to spot for the best arcade stick parts for your latest build. The custom TXS24 arcade sticks were made by Arcade Shock, very limited quantity. All done with Formation, Arcade Shock Stick Customizer, on their website. Make sure to take advantage of their discount code this weekend using code TXS2024 and bank in on some huge savings over at their pop-up store located just outside the main ballroom. Take control with the Hitbox and the Cross-Up from Hitbox Arcade, the leader of innovative arcade controllers. Select your option at hitboxarcade.com/TXS24. Come check out the Mission Control of Post Oak Fight Club, home to the wonderful partnership between Texas Showdown and Post Oak Ice House and bringing another local for FGC enthusiasts to gather weekly. We're pleased to have Post Oak Ice House as our local sponsor for 2024 and being the host for this year's official TXS Welcome Party. Located just 8 minutes away from the Royal Sonesta, be sure to check them out this weekend. Don't miss out on this year's run of limited edition merchandise commemorating the 2024 event. We've delved further into space and are proud to unveil the apparel lineup. Quantities are limited, so don't go 0-2 on repping the premier Texas tournament this year. Visit us just outside the main ballroom in the pre-function area, across from the Arcade Shock booth.
Welcome back, y'all, or welcome to the stream if you are just joining us. I am Avian. This is my GOAT, Sammy Fish, and we are coming back to you to continue this Under Night 2 top 8 right now at Texas Showdown 2024. Now, Sammy, how are we feeling about the matches that we got coming up now as we are now in our final 4 contestants?
Yeah, the Final Four is absolutely stacked. If you're just joining us, you missed out on a lot of action, not just for this top 8, but the whole bracket in general has been wonderful to watch. It's so much high-level action. I've learned so much just by being here and watching the games in the best seat of the house, so blessed to be in this position right here. But we're going to have your winners finals in just a moment. It's going to be BigBlack versus Bernkastel. It is going to be a really, really good one. These are 2 of the best players in the United States right now, going to have to duke it out in a 3 out of 5.
Honestly, I feel like this would be winners finals at any major.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
States. So it's like having them, like you said, right here. We got the best setup right here to watch the action go down. Like, it's a blessing. Doesn't even describe what we got going on right here, man. Like look, we got all of this talent coming at you from Texas. As you said, I think you said Masoma is also from Texas, right? So as you can tell, their uni scene is just so incredibly strong that it garners, you know, the local major getting this type of talent to come through for a bracket that maybe might not be as hyped as something like Street Fighter or Tekken.
Yeah, I think if you don't like pay attention to where people come from, you might like not expect Texas being this strong, but they are really this good. And because of that, they garner a lot of attention down here. A lot of people want to come down because on top of this, uni players are kind of a little bit of crackheads, I'm going to say. Like, they just want to play games day in and day out all the time. So on top of which, because of that, a lot of these guys have actually entered a lot of online tournaments. These guys have played against each other many times now. So you're going to see a really, really interesting winners finals here.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like you said, shout out to the online scene, like the rollback netcode for making that possible. Uniclear was definitely not the place to run online brackets, if we're being honest. But now that the netcode is so much better, we are now in a position to where all of these bigger tournament organizers can start running stuff for Uni2. Not only does this allow for people to go in and, you know, hone their skills and get better and play those top players, it allows for us to recognize some new names here in the scene.
Yeah, so many new players are coming up, or even players that maybe weren't doing as well in the previous versions of the game, increasing their level. As we get into this one, BigBlack versus Bernkastel. Once again, to let you guys know, this is winners finals, so a 1st of 3 or a 3 out of 5 format for our winner to go into grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, sitting in grand finals with the winner side of this bracket is going to be huge. Trying to win 6 games from losers against any of these players is going to be a task and a half. So there is a lot on the line here in this winners finals match.
Yeah, gets a snipe. Bernkastel able to find the hit, goes into the steer ender early on, helping him win the cycle.
Yeah, I mean, we see that mid-screen pressure here from Bernkastel. I mean, you know it, you love it. You see it over here full screen now. And now, BigBlack needs to find just one opportunity trying to get something started. And Bernkastel's making it all too hard.
Yeah, considering that the range that Byakuya wants to play at is a little bit slow. I mean, his buttons are good, but they're a little bit slow. So Bernkastel trying to keep that range away from Byakuya's normals and trying to go aggressive when he gets the opportunity.
He jumps across the protection. Now, when you look at how dominant this round has been for Bernkastel, the timer wouldn't reflect that, right? In Under Night 2, it feels like a lot of the time, if you see a really high life deficit, you're assuming that, oh, they just went in and they just smacked the crap out of him, right? But in this one, it's a slow, methodical approach that's allowed Bernkastel to sustain such an incredible lead and inevitably close out the round there.
Yeah, BigBlack actually had to get aggressive then with only about 25 seconds left. He needed 2 combos back-to-back in order to take it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be even able to do enough damage to take that round.
Not even close, and then might have even gone to time there. Like, as we see here, BigBlack has to be so careful with his approach. Ooh, no throw on the shield means that Bernkastel is going to get another chance of life. Good block on the low by BigBlack in the CS to try to get something going here. They fight it with a 3C.
Yeah, nice anti-air. Gonna finally be able to start some offense for BigBlack.
Uh-oh, with the drop. Gonna just go into the confirm. Still has 200 bar. It's so scary. Goes low once again. I feel like we've been seeing a pretty overrepresentation of that low from Bernkastel.
Finds another opening, though. again, that's something we've seen twice now from Bernkastel, going into the steer ender early. Remember, if you do it early in your combos, you actually gain grid instead of losing it.
Yeah, like it's just so, it's such a good grasp of the system mechanics already. The game feels like it came out yesterday, but these players are already so good at utilizing all the new tools that they're given in order to make crazy matches like this happen.
A lot of good pressure here, especially with CS behind him, having the cycle, but that was, yeah, going to use it right there to try to continue the pressure, but the Rekka is actually the one that hit, so it didn't even need to, tying up the round count.
Honestly, there's a couple different ways we could have used that CS. Might have wanted a bit of extra meter to go into this 200 bar. As you can see, slight meter advantage for Bernkastel. That's going to be huge. As you already stated earlier, you know, the threat that IW presents means that having 200 meter is almost a necessity to compete at the top level.
Gets another throw here. Trades back. Yeah, gonna CS. I love Bernkastel just backing up after the throw tech, trying to disarm the CS away from BigBlack by letting him use it for nothing.
I love that there, you know, just calling him out, making sure, like, you know what, I know you're gonna want to throw tech, but, and there he gets it there actually, and the flash kick to close things out.
Yeah.
Like Bernkastel gets a game number 1.
Bernkastel felt like he had to get aggressive, even though he had CS on this side. Bernkastel took that risk, or sorry, BigBlack took that risk, and Bernkastel easy CS, sees the red miss flash kick.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, just look at this pressure. Like, the pressure, like we said, pressure in this game usually constitutes being right in your grill, but the pressure now is full screen, and inevitably, you're going to crack under it just like BigBlack is right here, leading to a nice little setup for Masoma.
Yeah, didn't have anything to blow through that red miss, so even though he saw something, he had to respect it.
Oh, no! Getting locked out of the blocking high option, recognizing it. Bernkastel is just so aware of what's going on the screen. Like, I tried to put it more eloquently, but there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that this man's third eye is open.
He is just, yeah, I mean, he feels like all the aggressiveness is working out right now, especially considering he's going to use all of his meter, all of his resources. That's a great throw tech, but he's going to turn it around once again with the post-throw tech CS.
Man, it's like the post-throw tech CS has been, I feel like it's been putting it work in the wrong direction. Like every time we see it, except for, you know, that incredible play by Silent or Jack that we saw earlier on, it feels like we haven't really seen too much mileage get out of it, but we are going to see a ton of mileage out of this dash D by BigBlack. He goes ahead, gets his combo. We have 200 bar. You already know what's going on. Put him in the cocoon and put some webs on him.
Yeah, he's going to be able to, oh,
there it is.
Blows out with the reversal.
Usually
Usually such a solid mix-up, but BigBlack wasn't ready for that one.
I love that reversal. It's like the threat of flash kick is always there. They forget about the fact that he's got another one in the tank, and Bernkastel utilizing it to perfection. Now is able to get a positional advantage here on BigBlack.
200 meter on the side of BigBlack. He finds the opportunity to get a hit. He can definitely get a kill with 2 combos and 2 setups, but just needs to find that opportunity. A lot of resources, nice rollout, but wasn't able to get the punish. Bernkastel still trying to get aggressive, but after a couple of shields, BigBlack able to win Celestial here.
I gotta say, the shield work might be the defining factor if you're getting caught by the Bison slide, and now the shield to space him out for the EX Rekka could be huge for BigBlack. I'm gonna be real. Only one more opportunity for either player, and Bernkastel is gonna be the one to capitalize on it. It's gonna be 2-0 for Bernkastel.
Yeah, Celestial kind of tough once you're at 200 meter. When characters are like around 180, 200 meter and they get Celestial, they want to CS, they all essentially have 400 meter if they can spend it in time. But Byakuya doesn't really have anything to just like burn meter on. He doesn't get to like just do stuff for no reason. 2-2C maybe, but even then it's not that good to just throw out for no reason.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like a lot of his options are very calculated. Like, they have very set places in the game plan. So it's very hard to just let him rock and then utilize the benefits of that Celestial.
Oh! Going out for that layer, too. Going low in that situation. Gets a huge grid break here. So doesn't mind going for the full combo, even though he's in transfer hangover.
Uh-oh. Stays on that side.
Bernkastel still wins CS. Able to use it to see the situation, but still throw towards the corner.
Like, honestly, even though they won that cycle there, BigBlack ends up winning for it, like, in the end, right? He has way more to gain than that CS, and now Bernkastel's even more, but the drop is so untimely. Good take on the gold throw for BigBlack, and a great mash from Bernkastel to try to push BigBlack to the corner and start setting up some O.
Yeah, gonna try to make this combo and this setup last as long as possible. BigBlack is still able to CS, so getting some meter back and finds a hit afterwards and takes this round.
Keep it nice and methodical, trying to prevent that clean sweep here. BigBlack still has yet to get one on the board. Despite how close these games have been, it can truly go either way.
Yeah, and he's putting himself in a good position here. If he can complete this combo, get that super, and get the setup going. Yep, that's it right there. I believe BigBlack. Let's go.
Gets it going and goes for, I really like that, utilizing the pinwheel to just clear out all the webs and utilize the plus frames. Like, that is probably one of the better uses of 100 meter you're going to get, especially against that block pressure.
Oh,
what a mash!
I really expected something on Wake Up, considering he had the cycle, he had 100 meter, maybe going to try to bust out using something, but actually stayed put and find his opening very calmly.
Oh, he did something already. He did 5A, and it worked out swimmingly, because as you can see here, big health advantage here for BigBlack.
Oh, getting aggressive, running
Bernkastel.
forward, tried to run that mix there with this. He hasn't able to find the combo, and BigBlack puts himself on the board.
Great pickup here from BigBlack, as we said, preventing the sweep. The dream of staying over on the winner's side of Grants is still alive, and I'm telling you, you need to be there, because it is going to take a lot to try to close that out.
One thing I really like about BigBlack as a player, extremely calm, understands the situations no matter what, doesn't let his feelings or the emotions of the situation affect him, and is able to play calmly, even through these drops right here. Understandably, you know, it's not the best situation to be in, but still continues like nothing's wrong.
Yeah, there we go. See that full pressure once again. Good conversion here by Bernkastel. I mean, we've been seeing it all day. I feel like, I don't know how many more times I can say this. This man is just so on top of it with this combo game. Feels like he has the right sequence for any situation.
Trying to force his game with the super. Gets a throw. Takes a lot of grid away from BigBlack. Another one.
Not even taking it at this point. This man is in grid debt, but gets it all back, is able to repay the collector with that throw, and utilizes the CS to keep this pressure going against Bernkastel.
Yeah, has 200 meters, so if he can find this opportunity.
As if on cue.
This is big. This is big. Not only does he have Vorpal, but he has 200 meters, so he's going to spend the first 100 on this. Not going to be able to kill, but the situation off anything is going to be able to put himself in a great position.
We already know this is going to kill. We talk about some scary strike throw in Uni. This is it for sure. Goes for the VO. You already know single bleed drops it. Oh no, with the DP. This could be huge for Bernkastel. Is IW going to catch it? Oh! And Bernkastel avoids it to get sent to the match point in a crazy scramble situation. How was he able to determine that? And now BigBlack's deficit is going to get even deeper with an incredible read from Bernkastel.
I'm telling you, because these guys play so often, they're always ready for those weird situations.
Like, what the hell? Like, what am I watching? Like, this is crazy.
Bernkastel with cycle, getting aggressive trade.
Oi!
Oi!
The dash D. You know it. Here we go. It's going to go here. Doesn't. I see there. Maybe lose out a bit of damage or not getting the dash D, but you know what? It's going to be more than enough. Who cares about damage when you got webs that you can utilize here? Oh, the throw. No webs on the table, though. So, honestly, getting thrown by that, not the absolute worst. Oh, no, but that DP sure is. Another drop. We saw this before.
Yeah, just going to CS just to make sure that he knows what's happening in the air after the air flip. BigBlack staying calm in that position. Takes that round. 2TC on round start, trying to see if Bernkastel's doing anything.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Bernkastel is in a prime position to win this. I mean, look at the meter deficit. Even though the grid is there, we've seen what happens when these players try and grid cycle a bit too hard, and it leads to some consequences for sure.
Gets a throw, very close to that 100 meter. Huge grid break.
No shield on the table now is huge, and BigBlack is going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, this is a great position to be in, not only because he's going to have 200 meter, but he's going to let the cycle turn over once again because of the grid break.
Tries to go for the metered option once again. BigBlack, if he doesn't drop it, which he doesn't, is going to tie it up. And Sammy, it's looking like we're going to a game 5.
I was saying it. This guy, no matter the situation, understands the problems calmly and consistently. It doesn't let the 2-0 bug him because he knows it's still the same game despite 0-0, 2-0. When you round start, this slate's clean.
I mean, that's why this first and 3 is so important here in the winners finals. When you know that players of this caliber are adapted to the level that they are, these reverse sweeps are nigh impossible.
Yeah, especially on the caliber of Bernkastel, right? You're playing against players who are some of the best in North America.
Oh, catches him trying to tech trying to do something, as we see. I mean, BigBlack, honestly, is a known non-OSer, just tries to react to everything, and that can lead to his downfall, as we saw there.
Yeah, we're getting to that point, right? We're going to like layer 3, layer 4.
Yep.
Like we're trying to do anything to get that opening. Flash kick. Doing it again, Bernkastel will not be deterred.
You have one game on the line. You got to pull out all the stops, all the gimmicks, all the tricks. Take advantage of the weaknesses that you know gonna crush the skull, put the swords in you, and go straight to set point here once again for Bernkastel.
Yeah, set point 2. Bernkastel gonna feel like he needs to close this one out, but BigBlack finds the first big hit.
As you said, this is probably going to be the obstacle of the whole tournament, is just trying to get past BigBlack. TNS has an opportunity to try and sit on the winner side of Grands here, secure yet another victory in Uni2. We have seen him in this position all the time, but the drop is going to make that all the more difficult. Good knowledge to block the overhead, and it's not going to be enough. Should be able to kill here, get an extra meter, gonna try to kill meterlessly, and go into a set point of his own with 200 meter. We are at a true last game, last round.
The calmness to know what to do in that situation. The constant block on the super reversal. He's showing it time and time again. You wouldn't expect it after it being blocked so often, but BigBlack still understanding that that's something Bernkastel will do.
Yeah, it's like Bernkastel knows that Bernkastel wants to go for those invincible options, especially when, you know, you're least expecting it, right? Doesn't have the cycle, but still will try to go for those options, because you're like, surely he won't try and do that option.
Yeah.
But since he does, you know, now BigBlack is able to catch on, and that adaptation is showing out and paying dividends right now.
Oh, saw the red miss and maybe didn't have charge, or maybe wanted to do something else. Not exactly sure. Outside of Bernkastel, but wasn't able to take advantage of that post-CS situation.
Uh-oh. Oh, trying to go for the recover the dash, not gonna quite hit. Just pulling up on him and going for the throw.
Honestly surprised that wasn't gold.
Yeah, I feel like they just had to run up way too far for it to be gold. I mean, but then again, these players are absolute masters of the characters. They know exactly when something's gonna gold and when they can go for that kick throw that they know and love.
A lot of dash blocking for BigBlack. Wins cycle. So big win. No. But doesn't have cycle. So gonna need one more touch in order to do it. Throws him towards the corner. Great positioning for BigBlack.
Uh-oh. Trying to catch him once again. Good block on the overhead. Barely winning the cycle. And now one more touch for Bernkastel is going to do it. And one more touch will lead to a setup. Gets the punish on the throw. We are going into a full combo. Do I hear Guile's theme in the background, or is that just me?
Not only is that hit so important, but the thing that Bernkastel had was cycle. He had the opportunity to use a defensive CS, and now no longer. 200 meter on both sides. If he convert it, no! He tried to win it off!
Who's going to win? And it's Masoma Bernkastel. It's going to win it in the timeout, going to a pixel of a health. What a set for the winners finals, and Masoma, aka Bernkastel, is going to be sitting in grand finals on the winner's side after a nail biter.
He tried to veil off to stop time.
Oh my god.
And wasn't able to because it didn't CVO.
Oh my god. I mean, it's just, I feel like that's just somehow a sneak peek into just the ridiculousness that we're gonna get into. Like, such smart plays, but it didn't CVO. So then you're sitting there with no time to actually go ahead and get that last bit of chip to win that timeout.
Because he didn't feel like if it continued the combo, he'd have enough damage. But when you're in that situation, it's so tense. How do you make like the right? He's pulling it all the way back from a 2-0 deficit. It goes literally to the final wire. I mean, oof.
I don't think it gets any more last round, last hit than that. In any game, in any scenario, in any tournament, it was literally a pixel of health that decided it. One last-minute decision that decided our grand finals, as our first grand finals participant. Like, this is nonsense. It's crazy.
Bernkastel sitting in your grand final spot. So good. I cannot talk about how many amazing things we saw from BigBlack despite that, right? A lot of really strong braids, a lot of really strong understanding of situations, either post-CS, knowing what options the opponent had in any given moment, baiting a lot of defensive options from Bernkastel and punishing accordingly. And he was just on a roll, but at the last second, it was literally razor thin.
Man, I mean, that just shows the level of play that we got down here in Texas, man. Like, we're just sitting here random weekend in Texas, and we have these crazy decisions that are just being made in these Houstonites' backyard. There's no other place to be but Texas Showdown right now. Like, let's be real here.
It's definitely, it's so crazy that despite how big this weekend is, like, these are the level of matches that we're getting here. And, it just goes to show how awesome Texas Showdown is. If you've never been to this tournament, this is my third or fourth time. Don't ask me how time works anymore. Like, it's all gone for me. But just every single time I'm down here, I have an absolute blast. The uni scene's always going in. Are always getting games. Even after the tournament, I guarantee you, as soon as the tournament's over, it's like, food? All right, we're running casuals for the rest of the day. I'm not joking.
Man, I got to say, it is actually my first time down here at Texas Showdown. Haven't been to Houston in so long. And honestly, it feels like the moment that I got here was just a big ol' warm hug of a welcome, and it wasn't just the humidity, it was actually just the people who came in, made it so welcoming, the food that was just so incredible, the vibes that were crazy, the games that were outstanding. Like, I don't know, I couldn't have asked for a better way to spend my weekend, besides maybe studying for my finals.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
A couple other commentators here were like, yeah, I have finals like in a bit, but also I came to this tournament. I'm like, what are you doing here?
Oh, listen, my professors know what's good. Listen, I'm a good student. I tell them what
I'm a good student. I said to myself after I skipped class for the 4th time.
Oh, well, no. I went to class. I just flew afterwards, and I have my homework in my room.
Understandable. Thank you, so much, guys, for joining for Texas Showdown 2024. This is what your bracket looks like right now. We are still in our top 4. So next up after this is going to be Jack versus Salty. That's going to be your loser semis finals in just a moment. Winner of that will be playing BigBlack, and the winner of that will be facing Bernkastel in grand finals. But we really appreciate you guys joining us for Texas Showdown. It is a weekend that is not only full of exciting action, a lot of games, but also a memorial of one of the most core people in this community. Broly Legs, not too long ago, passed away, but not without leaving wonderful memories for the entire scene. Was a great representative of what we love about fighting games, just playing through, getting games and really just bringing that wonderful vibe that we love. This is why fighting games are so wonderful. It brings people together from all different walks of life, all different types, and we're just here. We're all the same. We're just here to play some video games and enjoy ourselves. That's why I love this scene. That's why I love this community. That's why I love being in this position right here, because I get to talk to you guys about how much I love this community, how much it means to me. Every one of my friends comes from this position. Broly Legs has touched so many lives with his enthusiasm. So please, really quickly, go over to the Texas Showdown live channel at twitch.tv. We're going to run a memorial video package for him over there after that match is done at Street Fighter 6. So we will be taking a quick break on our side. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be getting back to loser semifinals in just a moment of Uni2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. Texas Showdown 2024. We are continuing on with the Uni2 action. We got top 4 left for you guys. We finished winners finals, and now we're going to go down to loser semis and continue on through the bracket. My name is Samuel Fish. With me is Avian. And really quick, we just wanted to say, you know, thank you so much, Brother Legs, for all the wonderful enthusiasm and all the positivity that you brought into the community. I'm not saying that every single time you wake up, you should think about him and what he's done. But just remember that sort of love that he brought to the community, that love he brought to fighting games, and keep that with you, because that's what we're here for. That enthusiasm, that energy, that the bringing that people around you and creating a community where you can make wonderful memories together. That's why I love being here.
Yeah, I mean, with Royal Legs passing, you know, it's just great that people can be remembered in the scene. For me, it hits a bit close because that was, you know, one of my first introductions to fighting him, was watching him compete, you know, seeing that story and being like, all right, like, I want to be a part of a community that could get down like this, right? And so just the fact that Texas, that his scene is able to honor him like this, you know, it really shows that not only is the FGC all bonded together, but in reality, your local scene, that's really your family. Like, that's really what it's about. And yeah, we were just able to go out there, watch an amazing tribute video, you know, really just summed up his legacy and what he's done for us. And, you know, as our commentators over Street Fighter said, what better way to honor this man's legacy than by playing some good-ass fighting games, popping off, and, you know, getting some work done and, you know, kicking some ass.
Yeah, just bring that positivity with you. Carry it along, share it with others, and let's play some more fighting games. So we're going to be moving on through this bracket. Loser semifinals is underway. It has been a fantastic top 8, and we got a next one coming for you right here. We got Jack versus Salty. Should say really quick, a reminder, this is a return to a 2 out of 3, a first to 2 format before we return to that 3 out of 5 first to 3 format for the rest of the tournament. So these guys are going to have to go into this one and not get as much time as some of the other players do.
Hey, I mean, listen, we're kicking things off with a banger of a set to come back to this, right? We have not only a set where adaptation is going to need to be quick because of that first 3 format, but because both of these characters are so explosive and give you so little time to breathe, we are kicking off this top 4 with Jack versus Salty. I'm ready to get this thing kicked off.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Oh, finds a way to get that 2A started. Yeah, this is a big hit. Akatsuki obviously wants to be up close and personal with phone on.
I like that. Good tech out from Jack. Already showing off a lot of those proactive defensive habits, and they are paying off well here. Look at this 3.4K into the, oh, I was going to say into the assault setup, but as Akatsuki and Salty tries to run out, it is going to get caught by the loving whip of Jack in this phone on.
Yeah, one of the things I really like about Jack is that he understands his opponents quite well. He doesn't let the game get established. He'll go to layer 2 if he feels like that's necessary.
Yep, and I mean, look at it, it's like, this man is not afraid to just go ahead and pull out all the stops. I mean, listen, when it's, oh God.
He 100% tried to combo EX Fireball in the EX Fireball and still has 175 meter.
I mean, this is why we love this kid, man. It feels like he's always pulling up something out of that big old bag of tricks. But, you know, Jack is showing off that he has the fundamental skill to keep up with whatever nonsense he tries to throw at him as the whip goes ahead, interrupts those EX Fireballs. Should be more than enough to kill, and it is. First round is going to go to Jack.
I'm going to say he spent 400 meter and actually didn't get more than 1 hit. So, you know, Jack's going to feel kind of good about that one as he's sitting with 200 himself.
Yeah, Mr. Ingof is going crazy with the pressure right now. As you can see, mid-screen, it seems like there's a lot of distance going on here, but Salty has so little room to breathe here, finally getting the axe kick, and the pressure is going to be what gets it started here for Salty.
Nice, gonna get a combo off this one after Salty got 200 meter. Didn't elect to spend any of it on the pressure like he did in the first round.
Yeah, it's like, I do respect that though, you know, trying to make sure that they have meter to go in and just defend against this, because you might need a little DP, you might need to throw some EX Fireballs in neutral. It's so hard for Akatsuki's ranges to contest with phone on at pretty much any range.
Oh, finds a hit right after he goes into CS. I don't know how I feel about that one. He already had 200 meters, just matching CS, maybe trying to find that defensive opportunity for himself, but finds a hit here.
Yep, you like that with the air grab, gonna force Jack back into the corner now. Oh, what a bait on the sweep, and now gonna throw a little bit more plasma at him, and a great defensive effort for Jack to put Salty right back in the corner.
Yeah, Jack's doing really well to get ahead of Salty. He's making great reads on his offense and kind of trying. Oh! I spoke too soon. Nice super to punish his own.
Oh, Uh-oh, there's still 100 meter on the table for Salty, and as I was going to say, you already know that one more hit should do it here. Akatsuki really consistent damage, and the last couple hits of that DP are going to do it, and we are going to tie up that round count once again.
Audacity to start. Great pickup. Oh, wrong fireball.
Uh-oh. Oh, man, like even with the whiffs, it's just so intimidating that Salty isn't even going to try and dash block into it. Doesn't even want to be remotely caught in that pressure.
Oh, try to BDP out of the scramble here.
Oh,
Jack
no.
staying calm and is rewarded for it.
Yeah, this is just routine for Mr. Ingof. Just going to go ahead and throw him right back into the corner with tons of damage. Gets the block on the IW with the CS. Going to go into the smart steer, go into an IW of his own, say, listen, this is how you really pull off that infinite worth, and we are going to get a first game win here for Jack.
Yeah, Jack's gone to that quite often. The TK Fireball into CS for pressure. Very strong for Phonon, obviously, because it's a different way to approach and a lot of plus frames on top of that. So just already built in, you're going to see the veil off and then respond to it accordingly. So great stuff. Jack taking the first one, especially after it felt like the second round was kind of mostly in his favor, and then Salty was able to pull it out with some great combos, great pressure. So good stuff to Jack, holding it down, and is able to take the first game.
Yeah, it's like you were saying earlier on, this is a 2 out of 3 format. We saw the first match before we went to our break was 3 out of 5, so there's plenty of time for the players to adapt. And honestly, it made the difference, but you don't get that time, and now we have to see how Salty is going to be able to adapt in just one game of information from Jack.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? That jump back, understanding that Salty loves doing round start jump 6C. We're already on later 2. He's going to punish the thing before you even do it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, as you said, he has literally done that every single round start that I can remember.
Yeah.
From watching pools, from watching top 6. It doesn't matter where he's at. He's always going to do that jump back 6C.
Whoa.
And, it's the overhead.
Huge grid break, and that increased damage from the grid break that you have in Uni2 is going to make sure he only needs 100 meter to spend to kill, and that's going to put him at set point.
Yep, he's got 100 bar and change, and now, as you said, set point.
Whoa!
Good combo on the trade. Not gonna, might cash out here, might not, but all that we know for damn sure is that we are going all the way back to the corner. We have 200 bar, and we have a dream of sitting there in losers finals.
Green Shield whiff, unfortunately, loses Salty the cycle, but he veils off nonetheless.
Oh,
Empty low!
no.
Now Salty applying the mix-up himself, understanding that Jack is ready for the jump 6C.
Yeah, we love it. Kanji on the screen, and a dashing Mad Salty is going to get absolutely neutralized by these buttons from Jack. Oh, no, the counter actually ends up going through the whip, and now Salty is going to get another opportunity, trying to keep themselves in this one. One more touch will do it. No staggers. You already know what it is from the kid. Uh-oh, but it's going to leave Jack an opportunity to find his way out. The punch to tie up the round again. We're still on set point, but Salty has momentum going into this game.
All right, classic round start for Salty as well. Fireball and the EX Fireball, trying to immediately get some plus frames.
Uh-oh. Yep, well, as you said, the sweep, as soon as the sweep comes out, we are good to go there. Like, we're just going to end up backing off because, you know what, we have plenty of offense and plenty of other opportunities that will come. Block on the overhead from Jack, and now you're going to see yet another pressure sequence. Tries to get out something, some sort of meter adoption. Wasn't quite able to tell what it was, but this should be more than enough. It's going to barely get enough for the IW and going to let it fly.
Yeah, able to tie up the game count. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was on way. I have to think that is either like install or I think Fireball Super.
Yeah.
Geyser would have came out. It does have some invincibility.
I was I thought the guys would have came out, but we didn't see an invul thing, so yeah, we might have been the EX Fireball or the EX install. But you know what? Regardless, all we know is that Salty's gonna win that. Like, we can't reflect too much on the past. We got a full present to go through and the last game to finish up to set our top 3.
Great positioning to be here. DP works out this time for Salty.
I feel like we can't really say that too often, though. I feel like the DPs haven't done too much. Gets caught by the low 2A. Good block on the double overhead by Jack.
Thankfully, doesn't get comboed out of the grid break. Remember, you get increased damage from the grid break in this game, so at least that part's gone. But still in a bad position.
Oh,
veil off!
An even worse position with that veil off. Might be able to kill. I mean, yeah, it's like Akatsuki definitely has damage to kill here. Smart steer. And he's going to not only spend the 100 to kill. He's going to get it right back because of utilizing that CS, and now has a round advantage, has a lead in terms of the round count. He's looking at set pointer for the first time in this set.
100-meter goes awry here, getting sniped at full screen. Definitely one of the things that Phonon gets to do. Fireball wars are almost never in your favor in this matchup for Akatsuki.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I feel like Akatsuki.
Dassi, nice confirm.
Oh, man, got the confirm, but isn't able to finish his play. Maybe he's going to try to do it here, but gets a drop for the second time in a row. You are leaving too many chances for Jack, and we have seen time and time again that giving him these opportunities is a terrible sign.
Yeah, great shielding from Jack, by the way. Able to win the cycle, take control back of the match once the turn was up. Boy. Uh-oh. Churn immediately tries to take his turn, gets another 100-meter back on top of which, so continues his aggression.
I feel like the only mixing we've seen from Salty is the double jump versus normal jump into the axe kick. Like, it is pretty interesting, but honestly, it's gotten its miles out of it. So, realistically, I don't think they should stop going for options like that.
Oi! Big grid break because it's halfway through the cycle.
Man.
It's going to get the extra damage. Doesn't quite get that 200.
Oh, and did lose a cycle trying to get that throw, but it doesn't matter. We don't need the cycle because we're right. Going to go ahead and reset it again and try to get some big damage, but misses the confirm. So many missed combos here in this set.
Yeah, Salty once again getting punished for doing fireballs. Difficult thing to implement into your game plan in this matchup.
Yeah, I was gonna say like difficult in general, but especially difficult against Phonon. The 3C not reaching, something we don't really say every day.
Nice.
Oh!
Stalls himself in the air just long enough to get over the 4 EX fireballs and able to get a punish.
What a play from Jack. Now has a little bit more until they are able to book their tickets to losers finals. But Salty is also on a mission. He's going to try to get this closed off, but Jack is not even going to try to give him the opportunity.
Trying to get cycle. Had to extend the combo long enough to get CVO, and then is going to clean it up with the IW. Jack going to punch his ticket into losers finals.
What a way to close it out. And we are going to be seeing that Salty 4th place. Incredible performance now from the kid. But Jack, excuse me, is now displaying the fact that he is the man in this scenario, going to be sitting in losers finals and has to play against the man who we thought was going to win it all, BigBlack.
And he still might. Only in losers finals, by the way, so going to be facing Jack in that position. So a return to a 3 out of 5, the first of 3. Going to be long sets from here on out. But I want to remind you guys, Jack was actually put in the same position in KOF. So he does have the mental fortitude to come back from this position. Lost the very first game in winter semifinals in that bracket and then run it all the way back to win the whole tournament, even 6-0ing his opponent in grand finals. So the mental fortitude is there. Obviously, being a longtime player of Uni, the experience is there as well. What you're looking at here is a deadly top 3.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying before, like, there's just so much competitive spirit, so much competitive prowess that comes off from all these players regardless. As you said, we've seen lots of multi-game champions. I believe in this top 3 we already have 2 multi-game champions. As you said, Jack winning that KOF. And then we have Masova on the other side winning MBTL for this bracket as well.
Oh, so he won Melty?
Yes.
So that means there's 3 because there's also Kitty.
Oh,
who won BlazBlue.
It's like the Kitty won BlazBlue.
Dude.
Lots of multi-game champions that come over to Uni, and it really shows us the quality of play that these people are able to bring to the table. Because even if, let's just say, your game sense is fine because, you played fighting games before, but it may not be up to par with some people who've been playing it for years. The moment that you're coming from another competitive environment, especially another fighting game, you're able to apply so much of that knowledge to Under Night and become a top competitor in a lot quicker of a time.
I think it really goes to show how cerebral Under Night can be at points, that top-level players can find success in this game as well, because it really comes down to boiling it down to the system mechanics, the specifics that really make Uni,
Yep.
And once you get down to that, you're really playing against the opponent. And, when you're doing that in other video games, obviously learning how to read the opponent, learning how to make those adjustments on the fly is going to be critical, and so it really highlights itself in Under Night.
Man, speaking of Under Night competition, both of these have been here for a while. I feel like we really started to see BigBlack get his big break towards that middle portion of Uniclear. It was just so incredible to watch, to watch him bloom and flourish as not only a competitor, but as a top-level competitor, and what felt like no time playing. Then, we have Jack on the other side, who has been here since Eunice, and has been making a name for him since then. So both of these players are both veterans to the scene.
Yeah, as soon as BigBlack started, I think, breaking out into those top 8 situations consistently, I felt like as soon as he got it, it was like, oh, this guy's a top player. And then from now, and then he became one of NA's best, ever since, and is consistently getting into these top 3 positions. You were saying at the beginning of the broadcast, almost a shoo-in for top 8, top 3 even, in most situations, because he is just absolutely one of our best.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get into this one. Losers finals. A reminder, first to 3 here. So 3 games to decide who will be facing Bernkastel in our grand finals.
We got a preview of the first to 3 mentality by BigBlack here earlier on. Went down 2-0 to Bernkastel, aka Masoma, and went ahead and closed out 2 games before barely losing the last one. This man has the mental fortitude to get it done in the first to 3, and he's looking like he doesn't even need it with the performance that he's putting on right now against Jack. Ooh.
Oh, he goes already for the low there. Usually you save that one for a rainy day, but he's going to pull it out early, knowing that Jack is a strong contender, knowing that he's willing to play on that second level already, and is able to take the first round.
Yeah, it's you have to think about how much these players playing outside of Texas Showdown have to factor into their sets, right? Because if you played somebody recently, let's just say I played you in an online bracket, I'm going to know some of those tendencies, because let's be honest, your play isn't changing that much in the span of a week. So let's see what type of adaptations they're going to make before the set even begins, as the quality that you need to get this far in the bracket.
Yeah, going to get that net super going on, so going to run this really strong Oki. 200 meter on the side of Jacking, so we're trying to figure out what he's going to do here. It actually just straight up blocks it out.
I like that, block it out, at least get those 2 that are on you out, and then utilize your stronger range. That's how you can tell that this man is a veteran, not only of this game, but of this matchup in particular.
Has cycle, but no grid block. So yeah, he's just going to spend it because, it doesn't feel like he's going to win the grid war. So might as well get it. But gets a couple of great shields, but the assault actually winning it for BigBlack. But he's just going to win this altogether if he can get no, actually not going to be able to gain enough meters.
Yes,
CS
he is.
There.
And it's going to be enough. How dare you doubt the man, BigBlack? You thought he was going to get the meter, barely closes out the cycle, and showing why he deserves to be here. Getting that last split-second decision, and it nets him a game win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always really impressed when people can start fitting CS into their combo. That's something that used to be really tenuous in the previous version of the game. It felt like a lot of people would drop that combo before. Now people are labbing it out because you get so much meter from CS that it's closing out rounds.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it was, it wasn't really worth it to go for it because you could just at least go for the next situation, not drop it, and not be at disadvantage. But now, because of the reward that you're getting, it's so worth to learn how to do that. Goes for the low there. And now we are going to see another combo out here from Jack.
Huge damage.
Yeah, so this damage is going to be huge. There we go. We see the CS in the combo once again. Smart steer into the IW, the ender of all time. And Jack is going to go ahead and put a round on the board here in the second game.
I actually love the way that he ends those combos because it takes so long for Phonon to do that whole sequence that you can actually just make a very clear, concise decision of how much meter you need to spend in order to kill.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, with the cerebral nature that comes with the type of game, you need getting some extra time to make those decisions like that becomes so important and becomes so, it just makes your optimizations so much better. As we see here with the 3-web setup coming out from BigBlack. Now we have to see their decision once again. Are they going to try to block it out? Gets the tech, though, and is out of that situation immediately. Jack is playing out of his mind in game number 2.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's really cool to watch him play because he just feels like he understands to get
Oh, my goodness gracious. Did you see that? You said that he knows how to play, and look at him making these decisions like this. The hard read tries to bait out the shield, and now BigBlack is at a clear disadvantage. What is Jack going to do with it?
Yeah, constantly going for those force functions there. Tech, late in the cycle, doesn't feel like he's going to win it. So actually giving BigBlack Celestial. He can close it out if he finds the right hit after this. Rolls out of the way.
Yeah, rolls out of the corner. Now Bianchi has the space. That's a bit of a double-edged sword in this matchup. But that shield is for sure going to be an advantage for BigBlack. We're going to go has Celestial. Oh, it hasn't dropped as well. This is such a scary spot. Jack can figure out a way to get out of here, then it would be huge.
Some good shields
Oh,
there.
good dash block, and now he is fully out of the setup. This is looking like the world is Jack's oyster. He could be able to close this out, but does BigBlack have an answer to this onslaught of whip slashes from Jack?
Love him going for one more mix there because he knew it wasn't going to get the opportunity, but weathering the storm, Jack wasn't able to find the opening after using all of those resources, and BigBlack able to take the game. Even CS at the end into that super, so still has 200.
There were 2 seconds left on that clock. Like, these players are making sure to utilize every last second of that game clock to make sure that all of their decisions are in the right places. And you can see it here. Like, look at this. Each mash, each bit of pressure is all calculated, and it's all coming out here in this set.
Got to worry about this cycle towards the end. He's going to kill a lot of time. Actually drops the net sets.
Uh-oh. It's like, now this is going to be a prime opportunity. We've already shown that Jack has incredible web defense, but does BigBlack have the wherewithal to try and pick up the pieces here?
Oh, gets hit right before the cycle, looking for something in order to guarantee him that win, but BigBlack able to find another hit. Has cycle, has meter, gonna spend.
No, he has the CS, so any hit will guarantee kill here.
Lot of
out.
patience.
Oh, and catches. Jack trying to do something. It's going to be 2-0 for BigBlack now.
Almost like the first time that net Oki has worked out.
Yes.
Because his defense has actually been so good in those situations. But when it's counting, it's going to hit, and BigBlack goes up 2-0.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to hit your shots when it matters. Like, yeah, getting a crazy first quarter performance is great, but can you hit the clutch 3 in the end? And BigBlack has shown that he can do it. Goes ahead and gets the extension with the CS now, throwing Jack back into what seems like his permanent residence nowadays with the corner. Doesn't even need to pay rent, just got a mortgage.
Nice, actually just presses on that situation. Side switch combo as well, good for Jack. Good position to be in. Plus frames?
Yep, utilizing the plus frames and getting a tricky little setup there. I love using the reverse facing button to try and get something out of BigBlack, and I love the shield from BigBlack.
Yeah.
The shield switch.
Understood that time. He's kind of like lording CS over him, so he's like, oh, I might do it, and then kind of does the mix-up anyway. BigBlack that second time around knew he was going to get a little greedy, got the punish.
We've been seeing a lot more of that role, honestly. It might be a good option. It might be a good option here for a lot of competitors as they go against Byakuya, only taking the throw and getting out of all of those webs.
Turn towards the corner. A lot of resources for Jack.
Oh, we're back out. Right out of the 2B range. That could have been a crazy confirm, but a good tech by BigBlack. There's going to be one more hit on either side to take it.
See if he wants to force his way in. He actually gets a run-up throw. Doesn't have enough damage. Going to need one more for it. Takes the round.
Yep, Jack is showing that they are not out of this thing. BigBlack, excuse me, has already shown what you can do if you know what you're doing in a 2-0 deficit. Those adaptations can come in such handy, and will Jack be able to show off a little display of that clutch factor of his own?
It's another throw. Throws have been working out quite well. Dash C also working out right there. Has 200 meters. See what he wants to spend on this.
Yeah.
Gonna go for the beat geyser. Gets you a great knockdown as you jump back and make sure that they don't tech out of the corner.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, honestly. Jack going into his pressure, but it's looking like BigBlack is going to find the mashes. It's looking like he's got all the right mashes in all the right places. And now, does he have all the right confirms? He does, putting him in the cocoon once again. Like we said, we have seen Jack in this situation before, and finally gets hit by it. But an untimely drop by BigBlack is going to keep Jack in this thing.
Kind of a weird situation, a weird invalid combo, and it kind of messed up BigBlack's rhythm, I think, on the combo, which is a really important thing in Uni. Combo rhythm is something that is a way that people keep their consistency.
Yep. Throwing out the fireball, keeping BigBlack at a safe distance. You really have to, because you have to think about it. Byakuya's normals, unironically that's the range, but a nice little cross-up.
I didn't even know he had room to get into the corner.
It's like, look, I can steal any corner that you want me to, threading the needle, and Jack is going to put themselves on the board here in winners finals and losers finals.
Yeah, giving himself a little bit of that confidence. knowing that he can close out a game, but BigBlack is going to try to snuff out that confidence by starting off strong.
I like that. I mean, you need the momentum on your side if you want to win these things, especially if you need to come from behind. And it's looking like Jack's got it, but BigBlack is trying to put out any sort of fire that he saw. Didn't account for the web in his combo, and now he's trapped in the corner against Jack.
Still, really great 2-8 mash there. Wasn't able to get the combo once again. Jack doesn't feel like he has the opportunity to win the cycle, so just going to convert that CS into meter.
Uh-oh, going for the 2-2-A. Not going to be enough, though. You're going to see the space get taken by Jack. Goes for the throw. This is a rare situation where we don't see BigBlack be able to take those throws. Got the read on the roll, but it's not going to be enough. BigBlack mashing out. Should be enough to close out the round. Might even be able to do it meterless. And is going to go to set point here.
I feel like Jack had that read, just unfortunately a little bit too far for the follow-up that guarantees the combo.
Uh-oh. I'm liking where we're finally starting to utilize the 2C. What a jump over the 2C by Jack, and now Jack is going to get big damage into the setup. I don't see any of the guys there. I thought we might have seen it, but decides to go into the install instead.
He just goes straight into the install, has been even mixing up what he cancels his dash C into.
Going for the
nice. Looking for that opening once again. Red missed. Doesn't spend the meter for it.
It's so scary. So many mids and lows that one overhide is going to put in work. I just know it, but has to get to that point. BigBlack's defense has been impenetrable until they get the throw. One more throw will do it. Gets the CS and gets out of there with the command grab. What a usage of meter by BigBlack.
Gets out of the corner, wasn't able to complete the combo there, but another 5A will do it. I actually have to go back and say that no cancel onto the super after seeing the red miss was actually really smart from BigBlack, because we've seen Jack time and time again, once somebody thinks that they can do something with that red miss, they use the EXDP in order to punish that.
Yeah, it's like, and now going into the no cancel, like you said, just getting out of the dodge with that 6-2-3C. Gonna get the veil off, no punish on the roll. And now the veil off is gone, so no more meter on the side. Oh, Jack, no more grid on the side of BigBlack. Doesn't need it, though. Gonna go straight into the confirm.
He actually veiled off to clear the grid break in order to win the cycle.
That's so smart.
And now he has in veil off, so he's going to do increased damage. Not only the veil off increase, but also Vorpal increase. He's doing 30% extra damage on this combo, and he is going to close out the loser's final set 3-1 over Jack.
What an incredible display of decision making over those last 2 rounds there. I mean, like you said, goes into the VO just to barely clutch out the cycle. Now, not only did we get the strip there because of that VO, we also got, obviously we had the threat of 200 meter there because we're on a meter timer now due to the fact that we had VO, and we have Celestial. Like, we're good to go. Like, there's nothing that you can do from Jack's side. That's the glimpses of checkmate that we're going to get without the King being unable to move.
Super, super great decision making there from BigBlack. I mean, that we saw that towards the end of Winners Finals, right? That super clutch final second. It didn't work out, but the decision making was sound. And he's still keeping it in the back of his mind, despite it being the thing that actually ended up making him lose the game overall. It's still, to him, he was like, that's still an option I have to keep on the table, and kept it in mind. Right time, right place, using it, returning himself into grand finals versus Bernkastel.
Now, Sammy, I know you're ready. I know I'm ready. The stage is set for this grand finals. We have Masoma, who's coming through, defending the home turf, the man of many aliases, and then we got BigBlack, who we can't even consider him an up-and-coming star anymore. That man has solidified himself as one of the GOATs of NA Uni. I already know this is going to be a banger. I know y'all are excited in the chat, but I am ready to get into this thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a great set. I mean, you saw how close it went to the wire in Winners Finals. These two are some of the best that we have in the United States, if not the best NA has to offer. These guys are going to go back and forth, but we do have a big, tall task for the guy coming from loser's side. Going to have to take 2 first-to-3s versus Bernkastel.
I mean, Masoma has just shown so much dominance throughout so many titles, including past Uni games. And, you know, like, we've seen it in the Melty, we've seen it in the Uniclear, we've seen it in the Uni2, we've seen it now in Uni2. So you have a tall order ahead of you if you're BigBlack.
Getting into this grand finals. Kuan versus Byakuya. So you get the opportunity to get started here, but Bernkastel, oh, a couple of great shields from BigBlack and win on the cycle.
I gotta say that I love that this is a rematch of winners finals, because that was some of the best. That was one of the best Uni I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
In my life. And now we get the run back with a potential reset. More good Uni on the table as Bernkastel is going to go ahead, throw out the DPs a little early, get them out of his system now, and BigBlack is going to take full advantage.
Yeah, I don't mind showing the flash kick so early on into the set, especially because you have two first to threes to work with. Now it's in the back of your mind of the opponent for the rest of the set.
I mean, you can literally see him utilize it here. He not only set the conditioning, but utilize it to get advantage here as he throws it through the webs. This is some high-level decision-making we got going on right here. Barely misses out on the reaction. And now the conversion off of the assault from BigBlack might be enough to kill. It should be more than enough. And we are seeing first blood in our grand finals coming from the loser side.
Yeah, BigBlack will look to start off stronger than he did in Winners Finals. Had to pull it back from a 2-0 deficit and nearly made it all the way through. But it's a longer road this time, so he doesn't want to make that same trek.
Oh yeah, that trek is already a treacherous one. We literally went down to the final bell in the last game, but now it's looking like a chance for BigBlack to try to establish some dominance, try to reset the bracket, and realistically, if you reset the bracket, you have way more momentum than the person on the winner's side.
Yeah, definitely, but still has to make so many correct decisions in order to go that far. Oh. All the way, dash up 3C as an anti-air, wasn't able to get the combo. Cycle, yeah, wasn't going to win it, so just going to try to see what's up.
So many smart career decisions here from both of these players. I'm curious to see how Bernkastel is going to utilize the fact that he is now the one with the cycle, a position that Kuon doesn't really get too often.
Yeah, gonna spend it right before the cycle's up and tried to get aggressive with it, so he actually gave up cycle and didn't get any damage out of it.
All right, we're going back to the zoning gameplay. I kind of like the bait of the fact that, okay, I might sit here on approach. Oh, no, it doesn't believe in the fact that Masoma is going to get hit, and BigBlack is now sitting right back at that full screen position that he knows and doesn't quite love.
I think he dashed all the way up to think that he was going to throw the green shield because he saw it during the CS flash, but then he was like, oh, it's too low, it's too slow, and then ran up afterwards. It was like, all right, maybe he's going to flash green shield again because it was too slow, and like wasn't able to get the combo off of that 5A.
Yep, I mean, Bernkastel taking a huge advantage of that one. He's going to get the throw here. Like we said, the task of opening up BigBlack, whether he's on winners or losers side, is a chore. And on the other side, the task of getting the Masoma is so much more of a struggle. This is going to be an unstoppable force versus an immovable object right now that we have in our Texas Showdown Grand Finals.
Staying calm, has a little bit of a lead. No, gets hit!
Oh, no.
Good damage here because they got cycle in the middle of their combo.
Uh-oh. What's the setup? Goes high. Good block, but then tries to mash something on the low because of the counter hit. This should be big damage. And has IW on the ropes, but just wants to go to another setup. Was that a misinput? Oh, just wants to go into the EX flash kick and close it out. Game 1 of Grand Finals is going to get kicked off with a Masoma victory.
Yeah, really like the decision-making to go to the CS in that situation because usually when you have almost 200 meter, you almost see supers used for those mix-up potential setups. But going for the CS there left him the opportunity to kill with IW. He dropped the combo towards the end, but the decision-making is right there, and then save the meter in the CS for the best situation towards the end.
All right, there we go. Get the throw. Here's BigBlack. And now Bernkastel has to find their way out of the corner against a very hungry Masoma. I mean, this is a man possessed whenever he gets on the offensive side of things, but it's going to be able to break up that pressure with a very well-timed mash here by Bernkastel. Not only is it going to be well-timed, it's going to be well-placed too, as now BigBlack is going to get in the mix and get hit.
Turns that cycle into meter, a double. Great throw tech from both sides, actually. Throw teching right as the cycle's up because they know they're trying to do something to win it. Great defensive prowess from both players, and this time BigBlack is coming out on top.
Uh-oh. Put one, put two. Let's put a third one up there for the one time. We could see a little bit of hesitation from BigBlack due to the fact that the flash kick is being represented. And honestly, Masoma has already been able to take good advantage of that. Gets the combo with the webs. Don't know about this killing. Oh, he has IW on the table. He can use it if he wants to, but just wants to go and do another web setup. Or wants to get the VO. My bad.
Yeah, gonna do that classic Byakuya end situation of being able to throw a super in there and and an IW, so a little bit of extra damage than some of the other characters get. Gonna use all of the meter, but guarantee the round kill.
Yeah, it's like, listen, they knew that they were going to use the IW anyway. Really smart decision to just go to the muscle memory. If you've done that combo a million times, might as well do that one because you know you're not going to drop it.
Good start, though. Gets a hit here. Gets a hit later into the round start, so is able to win cycle because of it.
What a DP here by Bernkastel. Look at this. So much damage off of a DP because he knew that he could come off it with the CS. And now he's BigBlack on the life deficit. Very, very similar vibes to the last game.
Yeah, I thought he could start getting aggressive because he won cycle. You know, had more grid blocks than the opponent, so he was like, okay, I'm going to win this, so I'm going to get aggressive here. But then Bernkastel used that as a lure to get an opening.
Oh, there we go. As he's getting the dash up. It's so tempting to jump the moment that someone tries to run up to you. But BigBlack has just been so ready with the anti-airs. And look at how much Masoma has to pay just for going in the air.
Using a super, trying to change the trajectory of this match here because BigBlack has a lot of momentum. Ooh, trying to float in the air, trying to get him to maybe press that 3C and snipe him with something, but BigBlack staying calm. Gonna win cycle again. No cancel.
Goes for the risky option, goes straight into the bicep slide, and this is gonna be an easy pickup for BigBlack. We are tied up in grands at 1-1.
A lot of calm play from BigBlack towards the end there. Understanding had a great position on the screen, have the resources in order to be at advantage, and gets a big hit here over the fireball and immediately carrying to the corner.
Here we go, gonna go into the confirm. We've been doing this combo since ST. This is nothing for BigBlack, but no web setup. I don't know if they quite knew that they weren't gonna get the meter, or if they just didn't recognize the fact that they were gonna get it. But now they have a bit of a tougher job of trying to open up Bernkastel without that mix-up.
Set net, one more time.
Catches the roll, maybe one more time. Rolls out, not able to punish though, and now Bernkastel has a chance.
Yeah, just gonna swing. Oh, big grid break. Love him sending it halfway through the cycle. Gives you a little bit of time to fight for another cycle afterwards, but that's a great read from Bernkastel. Round start, gets the hit.
That's going into the records there. Man, I gotta say the routing from Kawan always looks so tight. Like, this is combos just look cool.
Cycle for Bernkastel. Spends a meter. Trying to just keep him locked into the corner here. BigBlack will oblige and finds him. No, doesn't have enough invincibility to go through the fireball.
Yep, and then didn't have the awareness there to try and go for the pickup. Here goes the Rekkas though. Could this be the start of a comeback here for BigBlack in this round?
Trying to catch him jumping back and look for it. Bernkastel trying to do a delayed DP and trying to hit BigBlack, but staying calm, finds the opportunity to punish.
Here we go, set up 1, 2, and 3 once again, and gets a gold throw, which is something that we haven't seen quite yet. Goes low once again. Hasn't really been able to catch BigBlack on these maybe buzzing it successfully, but now
incredible no cancel from BigBlack on that 3C, letting that CS, or sorry, that green shield whiff and winning cycle for it.
Oh my God,
and that plus the CS is going to be able to take that second game for him.
That's insane. So, one less. We have one more opportunity.
Please don't make me a liar. Don't make me a liar.
The commentator's curse. Sandy, how could you do it? BigBlack was sitting there getting ready to get his flowers, and then you took it from him. You took it
I didn't do anything. That's not my fault.
You cursed it.
I did not curse anything. I'm not touching the controllers.
You said it. You said, listen, the commentator's curse is
I'm a liar, but it wasn't my fault.
The most optimal player on the mic, it seems.
That's Bernkastel tried to do that a lot in winners finals, and it worked once and it hasn't worked since.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe we're trying to get those advanced mind games of, okay, they're going to try and get this now. Oh, man. And now BigBlack is going to do, look at this. All
right, thank you. Appreciate it, BigBlack.
Hey.
Took a little bit more time, but I'm not a liar at least.
Now you're not lying.
Not lying. Not yet.
All right, 2-1 for BigBlack Masoma. I understand, taking a sip of the water, but gonna go right back into it. Now, I feel like one thing I see from Uni players is they don't like to utilize character select. They like to run it back immediately.
I think a lot of players really believe in their player or in their character quite a bit, and unless it's like a truly bad matchup, they won't switch.
I mean, even then, you got to get the time to, get the ice in the veins, maybe ice out your opponent a little bit, but Yo, they're like, look, I'm just here to play some Uni. I don't care about all that. And now we're seeing some nice little throw loops here from Bernkastel. Finally see a tech out here from BigBlack, but it might be too little too late because look at the health deficit that we're looking at right now.
Boy, gets hit. Maybe trying to spend CS there at the last second because he knew he wasn't going to win.
Uh-oh.
Green shield whiff. Green shield whiff.
Good jump out there for Bernkastel.
Yeah. Cycle goes to BigBlack again, but he's going to be able to spend 100 in order to clean it up. So not going to give him the opportunity to make a comeback here. Trying to tie up that game count with one more.
Uh-oh.
Great shield.
I like it. They're really slightly missing there on the dash C.
Yeah.
Maintaining that same full screen game. Oh, and BigBlack responding to the key charge with one of his own. Gonna win that cycle. Curious to see what this cycle is gonna do for him. At the very least, it's getting him some bonus damage with this combo, though.
Yeah, best thing to do when you have that much of a lead on the grid cycle is actually just to do nothing. Don't give them an opportunity to shield something and take turn. Just react when they run up towards you. BigBlack showing that how good it is just to down back in certain situations.
Oh my, what a roll. I mean, we've been seeing this roll over and over again, and we haven't really been able to see any definitive answers from BigBlack the moment that Bernkastel is able to execute it efficiently.
Great defense. Great defense. Even finds a moment
play.
to press a button. Side switch combo. Gonna try to make this extend for as long as possible to guarantee a cycle. Yeah, gonna do that with the net super as well.
This is going to be easy pickets. And there we go. Finally gets to throw one more touch is going to do it. And a risky DP there.
Yeah, needs an opportunity though.
Oh, gets the TRM and is going to go to set point here. BigBlack is looking for the reset, and Bernkastel is looking to crush those hopes expeditiously.
Very nice throw attempt there. Understanding that when the cycle where it was in the timing, it was very likely that he was going to try to go for a throw, a green shield, something. So throw is a great option in that situation. Goes for the crossover for the positioning, but another wonderful 5A from BigBlack.
Yeah, I feel like BigBlack's active defense has just been so incredible. Has had all the right reads, has had all the right options, and now gets to apply a little bit of damage. Oh, trying to find some different ways to set up the webs to try and prevent that roll from becoming a factor. Man, really smart, really adaptive player from BigBlack.
Another green shield whiff.
Oh,
but you have so many blocks, it almost doesn't matter. Actually spent
the
it
green
late
shield.
in the cycle, and Throwtech tried to get that cycle back, but it's going to go towards Bernkastel.
Yeah, Bernkastel's going to barely get the cycle here. One more hit, goes for the tech throw once again, and finally lands the throw, but no CS to convert.
Cycle for BigBlack.
Uh-oh.
Nice throw tag.
Gold throw and a great mash out by Bernkastel. Now BigBlack isn't quite on the back foot just yet, especially not with that ballsy throw. We're going to reset the bracket. And now Masoma and BigBlack are both sitting on the loser's side of things after that incredible throw.
That throw is so tough to consider. It's sometimes scarier to not have the fireball on you.
Yes.
Because it puts you in proximity guard, right? And once you're proximity blocking, you can't move backwards, and but you are susceptible to everything still. And so just getting that throw at the right time, I'm telling you, the calmness that this guy plays with is unlike anything else.
Man, it's like, I mean, listen, BigBlack is showing his mettle. He's shown that he's been here before. And now, since it's a reset, we're going back to the 3 out of 5. But now the momentum has completely shifted. Before, you wanted to be in the winner side of things because you know what? You got to win 3 games to 6. But now, after you close out a really, after you close out what I consider a really dominating set from BigBlack, you know, you are going to be considered in the driver's seat.
Yeah, gets this wonderful knockdown in the corner here, spinning the meter for it as well, and gonna get another hit here. One more opportunity.
Yeah, I like this here. Maybe only gonna be one more. Putting the orb on him once again. And catches him trying to throw tech. This is gonna be a quick and easy round here for Bernkastel.
Yeah, even fitting the CS, fitting into the combo as well to get some meter back from the grid. A little bit of an optimization here. Could pay dividends towards the end.
Uh-oh. There we go. The Ender gonna put another orb on him. Pushes him in it. Has to try to get some mix here. Can't catch Masoma can't catch BigBlack, mash on anything. And gets the DP to keep the pressure going. Catches him trying to throw. It is looking like an offensive masterclass here from Bernkastel.
Yeah, this is the type of game that you need, especially right after losing the first set 3-1, right? You want an emphasis on your game. You want to show that it is not over just yet. The momentum has now gone even.
Yep, I was going to say, I was like, you know, the moment that you win that set, or even lose that set, I should say, from the winner's perspective, you can feel kind of deflated. But, you know, BigBlack has to do a bit more to prove that he is the one in control, because Bernkastel is out here and he's trying to maintain this momentum.
Flash kick once again. Hasn't shown it all that often. Early on in the set, one other time as well, but has been picking really good moments to use it. But BigBlack was able to find the hit here in a great position.
All right, here we go.
Net super.
Got 3 up.
Oh!
Catches him with the 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great option for Byakuya. Now, if you see the opponent try to jump up in the air, immediately try to dissipate the net above them, 2-2A, 2-2B, really good options for that situation.
Uh-oh, now we see Bernkastel trying to get something started. Is out here, goal throw though. Gonna net, BigBlack another opportunity to get something started. Finally lands a throw. He's gonna elect to back off, and then runs back in with a throw. That run speed is so deceptively fast for Kuon.
Yeah, I don't expect a zoner like that to have that good of a run speed, but it's so useful for his kit. Oh, a little bit of a delay. Let him think that he can press a button, and I'm going to press one right before you do.
Yeah, this is going to be a nice clean combo here for BigBlack. Goes into the, messes up the set now.
Still sets one net, though, so something for Bernkastel to worry about, and that is great. A little bit of a stagger, still able to confirm. He's going to be able to clean this up with all of the resources at 200 meter. Oh, no, drops the combo, but actually gets all the meter back. If he can find an opportunity, doesn't confirm that one.
That was it. That was the opportunity. Now it's gone.
Shield whiff on the side of Bernkastel, loses some cycle. Nice
Good
tech.
Presses! Better mash from Bernkastel. Look at this. This could be the comeback that Bernkastel needs to keep momentum in his favor.
Shields, even with that many grid blocks, unexpected.
And the run-up throw is what's going to take it. Tied up 1-1 once again. The run-up throw. We have whittled this whole tournament down to this singular 1-2.
Bernkastel's been really impressive in post-Thortec situations where he's actually slightly negative. He's actually had great reads on BigBlack even when he's the one who had CS.
Oh yeah, it's like, I mean, it's always so scary to be slightly plus because you never know what approach your opponent is going to take. And Bernkastel has shown that to the limit, showcasing a ton of different options. But BigBlack is going to take the offensive here in game number 3. Like we said, one more 1-2 to try to close out this tournament and become the Uni2 Texas Showdown champion.
Cheeky mix-up there. Gets the quarterback. Oh, and a grid break. All said and done. Gonna make sure we guarantee the cycle. A lot of extra damage between the grid break, between the Vorpal. Has 200 meter if he's going to need it.
Yeah, I was like, probably just getting the CS. Wants to spend some time, get the extra bar.
That's actually, I never thought about that. You can just go net super into CS, or CS into net super, and get all of that meter back for sure.
Yeah, it's like, why not get a free refund? We all love free stuff. We can't even lie. And BigBlack is definitely in that category as well. Now, 1-1 was on the loser side, has a round to spare, and mashes out. This man's defensive decision-making has been interesting, but it has been effective nonetheless.
You were mentioning it before, active defense, a part of that is pressing at the right time, and that's the thing that's winning BigBlack all of these rounds, is busting out of that offensive pressure.
Uh-oh, here we go. We're going to go with the super. I don't know what the mid-screen is looking like. It's looking like it's something similar, and gets the counter hit throw. Catches with so much trying to do something. Another press by Bernkastel. Both of these players are scrapping right now.
Yeah, gonna need a little bit more though. So yeah, one more mix, has CS though. So can apply something dirty, and a little bit of stagger pressure is actually going to do it. Doesn't need to spend anything in order to tie it up.
Goes for the 2-2C, and it's gonna get beaten out. And now both losing 100 bar, but now getting a little bit of health as a consolation prize. Bernkastel is now sitting with a life lead.
Good shield there. Trying to force? Yeah, trying to force something, but BigBlack stays put. Once again, staying put when you have the grid lead is the best option.
Okay, There we go. Putting them right back into the webs, man. I feel like we see this situation over and over, but we need to see it be effective at least one time. Throws him in, gets the alley-oop, looking like Dwayne Wade and LeBron right now. Gonna continue this combo. Gets right back into the same situation. That's the best part about this. But messes up the set once again, and the DP is gonna net Bernkastel another opportunity.
Thankfully, BigBlack will win the cycle, but good reactions from Bernkastel that time. Messes up the setup once again and had the answer.
Uh-oh.
Great shields.
Oh, it's so scary. Wants to catch him, trying to press on something, and finally realizes that that BigBlack is gonna just go ahead and try to block and gonna use the invincible option on his own wake up. Is BigBlack? What an assault! And that's going to close out the game with a very rash but very effective decision. It is going to be 2-1 for Bernkastel.
He hasn't pulled out that assault in so long. In fact, half the time I'm thinking Miyake is a grappler for how many times BigBlack has been able to throw Bernkastel, and the time that he needed to mix it up was perfect.
Man, I gotta say, it has been such an incredible defensive and offensive display here for Bernkastel. Like, this man has shown why he was on the winner's side in the first place. Already defeated him in this set.
Whoa.
It's gonna get inch by inch closer to obtaining this beautiful trophy. Gets the throw onto the roll, and now BigBlack is sitting here a sitting duck, especially with that orb on him. What's the setup? Goes high and takes the throw.
Oh,
good defense by
God.
BigBlack. Better mash, and now gonna get the corner himself.
Yeah, this time pressing buttons. Remember I was saying before, Bernkastel's been really, really good when BigBlack's been the plus frame or at plus frames after tech throw. But this time pressing immediately to make sure Bernkastel doesn't try to take his turn.
Oh, goes for the high there. And another incredible mash by BigBlack. It seems like both of these players have all the right opportunities to mash, and they're utilizing it to the fullest, getting all the damage, getting all the meter, and getting all the webs out on the screen. How will Masoma deal with it? He just elects to not to.
And this is it. Tournament point for BigBlack.
Oh my goodness, one more round to do it. Will Bernkastel have an answer, or will BigBlack rise from the ashes of the loser's bracket and come through with the Texas Showdown 2024 victory?
Yeah, he's on a roll, and this is helping quite a bit. Grid, 200 meter, has the right opportunity to take this whole tournament. He's constantly messing up the net supers, but the confidence on this guy, it doesn't matter. He's still so calm in these situations.
Yep, goes for the high there. Good tech by Bernkastel, and gonna throw BigBlack right into the corner. This is gonna be something to get him started, but another press! How do you prevent him from getting these timely presses? It seems like these frame drops are just not being too effective. Full meter means that the world is BigBlack's oyster. One more setup should do it, especially with the CS now. Tries to go for the 2-2C and now blocks it. Bernkastel is in the driver's seat once again in this set.
That was actually normal 2-2X, and he's close enough for a punish. Didn't cancel into anything. Giving up his turn. Had all of this momentum.
Shield to get a bit of distance now. It seems like we're at the optimal range for Miyake. Has to block once again and takes the throw. It could be it, but is BigBlack able to get the final setup? Just the throw. This is so scary. And now we are looking at another throw from Masoma. One more will do it, and one more situation from BigBlack will take it.
Oh, and another 5A. Time and time again, it's been what's winning him these rounds, and BigBlack is your Texas Showdown 24 champion.
Look at the man, calm and collected, like he didn't just come back from an insane loser's run, not because of the length, but because of the quality of the players that he had to defeat. Had to go up against other players who are incredible and just do an incredible job outside of NA, but is able to come back to grand finals on the loser side, take it not only one set, but take 2 sets to win this beautiful trophy. Congratulations to BigBlack, as you said, our 2024 Texas Showdown Uni2 champion.
I cannot believe how good somebody can press one button.
Exactly.
That's insane. Like, I am going to say that he has the best 5A in North America. That's how crazy, that's how good he pressed one singular button. It let him all the way through this tournament, through one of the strongest competitors we have in the United States, through 6 games against them. I should say, by the way, not only those 6 as well, but the 2 games that he took, the 5 before from winners finals as well. There was a grueling process versus this player, a lot of back and forth, but looks so strong and claims your champion spot.
Man, I just got to say, what a tournament. Like you said, packed to the brim with talent, but BigBlack showing why he deserves to be there, why he deserves to be on that Mount Rushmore of NA Uni2. Going to go ahead, put up a stellar tournament run, but where BigBlack's tournament run ends, so does ours.
Yep.
It is so sad that we have to say goodbye, but I know I had a great time.
I did.
Now, Sammy, how good of a time did you have?
I cannot say how happy I am to be here. I want to also give, since this is my last block of the night, I want you guys to enjoy Texas Showdown 2024. We're going to have Tekken 8 on the other stream in just a moment. So one more competition for you at TX Showdown Live. So go over there afterwards. But I just want to say thank you to Javi, thank you to Stasha for bringing me out here, for being supportive of me throughout the years, even after I've taken a big break through commentary, had me out here and has been so kind and supportive throughout this whole thing. Thank you to Avian for commentating with me. This is our first block together, and I had so much fun. But that's it for us for this Uni2 tournament. Thank you guys so much. Go over to TX Showdown Live for that Tekken 8 action, and that's it from us.
Hopefully we'll catch you next year.
Summetsu's latest and greatest screw-in buttons, speedy inputs, hot swappable MX switches, and a variety of hues to complement your latest controller build. These products are available online and at the pop-up store